When you are working in Excel, you often want to edit the chart to make it look a little more professional. In this video, I will explain the different chart elements and just different ways to go in and edit those elements. So let's create a chart. I want to create a chart which has, for each month, the sales for each location. So I could choose my different options here, but I'll go into recommended charts and select the one that is recommended. Now the chart is sort of like a text box. You can resize it, you can move it. If you have the chart selected, you can choose this option under Chart Design to move the chart to a new sheet as well. So for right now, I'm going to leave it in the middle of the screen just to make it a little bit easier to see. Now the different chart elements are just the different parts of the chart. So here I can click and that's my chart title. Then I have my X and Y axis since this is a column chart. So I have my labels for each of those. So here are my sort of category labels for the X axis and the value axis or the Y axis for those numbers. And I can click here. This is my legend. If the entire chart is selected, that's considered to be the chart area. If I click here, that's considered the plot area where the chart is plotted. And in this case, since I have columns, if I click on any one of those columns for a month, for example, this one for June, it selects all of the June columns, the ones that are green. If I click one more time, it selects just that column. So if I have the columns that are in green selected, that's considered a data series. But if I select just one column, that's considered a data point. So you have to be very careful about clicking on the bars chart, the bars in a chart, or columns, or even pie slices in a pie chart. There are other types of chart elements, so I will walk you through those, and these will also be the ways that you can go in and edit. So here's the chart element button. Make sure you have the chart selected, and you can click here, and you can add or remove different chart elements. Notice that you can go to the submenus and change different options with the chart elements. Remember, you also have a More Elements button down here, or More Options, sorry. Now, if I have my chart selected, the Chart Design menu will show. I can go here, and that brings me to basically the same options that I have here with that plus sign. And you have quick layouts, which will add different chart elements depending on the layout that you choose. And one of the other ways is to go to the Format tab. If you have the chart selected, the Format tab will show. And here you can go to different elements. So for example, I can go to the legend and it will select that for me. Now, if I select the plot area and I choose to format the selection, it will display the pane to the right to format the plot area. If I select any of the other elements, you can see that the axis labels, it says to format the axis. So each time I click on a different chart element, it will change it in the pane here. And the other way that I can select elements to edit would be to double click. And with the chart columns, you have to be very quick with that. So if I double clicked on one of the green columns and I change, for example, the fill color, it will change it for all of the green columns because it's the data series. However, if I select just that one column, it tells me that will format it for just that data point. If I add fill, it will add it just to that particular column. So those are some different ways that you can edit your chart elements.